ladies and gentlemen. My name is O.C. Vince. Welcome to this edition of Inside Story. This is African Free Press TV, where we report and represent Africa from a refreshing perspective. On this edition of Inside Story, my focus is to look at the numbers of Nigerian nationals in foreign prisons. Now, we have to be aware that there's a certain big surge. In 2014, there were information of the increasing number of Nigerians in foreign prisons. And most of these foreign prisons, you'll be surprised the countries that are involved. Iraq was one of the countries where Nigerians were in their prisons. Afghanistan, Benin Republic, Chad, Ivory Coast, South Africa. Now we started talking about even the Western world, but you'll be surprised in some parts of the world that you don't even hear about much. Nigerians are serving in their prisons. And most of the time, these Nigerians are serving for most of the time, it's either immigration matters, it's either issues of related to drugs, it's either issues of criminality, robbery, thefts. These are the major issues. Now, most of these Nigerians are both male and female from all parts of Nigeria. But with all due respect, the biggest statistics of these Nigerians in foreign prisons are from the southeast. The truth is, it's not for you to start to moan, to say, oh, I know it. Yes, a lot of Nigerians from the southwest, from the northeast, are in foreign prisons. A lot of Nigerians from north central, from the south are in foreign prisons. But statistically, we have more of southeasterners in foreign prisons. It's not because of they are peculiar. It could be because they are better travelers. It could be because of the uncertainty in Nigerian economic system that have made these young Nigerian men and women to prefer to go overseas. And in their search for documents, for traveling documents, they commit immigration default, led to them being put in prison. They commit immigration default or crimes that will force them to go to prison. Or at times, because of the issue of poverty in Nigeria, because of the massive corruption in Nigeria, because of the poor development and infrastructure in parts of Nigeria, many Nigerians are forced to go overseas in search of a greener pasture, in search of a better life, in search of better security, safety, equality, fairness, social justice. It's very important that we look up to the current government of President Muhammadu Buhari to look at this issue of Nigerians in foreign prisons. Yes, it may not have happened during his tenure, but still, as the president of Nigeria, he has the responsibility to look at the issue of Nigerians in foreign prisons. To number one, make sure they're getting fair judgment and fair justice. We don't want to live in a Nigeria whereby Nigerians overseas are maltreated, loads of them are killed, and we don't give a damn or we don't care about them. We need to care about them. They are Nigerians. Even today, we all heard about the issue of French nationals that were captured in West Africa by Cameroonian forces, and even the French government insisted that they should be sent home to serve their judgment at home. We want to see a better foreign affairs ministry that will look at the issues or the perils that are facing Nigerians in foreign prisons. Remember, these are Nigerian nationals, that they are from the southeast or southwest or northeast or south or north central does not mean that our government have to overlook them. No matter what crime they've committed, we still have our job, responsibility by the Foreign Affairs Ministry to look out for the interest of Nigerian nationals. Many of them had to leave the shores of Nigeria in search of a better life that the Nigerian government, because of corruption, could not give them. So now we've got a president who is fighting against corruption. Now we've got a president who is fighting against social misdemeanor. We also want our president to look out for the interest of Nigerians in foreign prisons, to make sure they get fair justice, to make sure that even while in prisons, they still get the respect and the dignity of human beings that they deserve under the UN Charter. If you just tune in on this edition of Inside Story, our focus is on the responsibility of the government of Nigeria that they have over the increasing number of Nigerians in foreign prisons. And secondly, we are calling for the government of Federal Republic of Nigeria to create an awareness to make sure that the Nigerians in foreign prisons are not disrespected, are not dehumanized, are not abused, are not killed because the government does not pay attention. Yes, they may have committed a crime, but still, they still have respect to their dignity, to the treatment they receive, to make sure we don't lose our brothers and sisters that left the shores of Nigeria because of the failure of governance, of government, because of failure of social justice that forced them overseas and made them to get involved in immigration crimes, in criminality. I'm not saying I support crime, but I'm saying that the government of Nigeria today has a duty, a responsibility to make sure that Nigerian nationals, the thousands of them in foreign prisons, receive better treatment, receive better support from our foreign affairs offices in these countries. That is the responsibility of our government. And we as young Nigerians desire and request that the federal government of Nigeria, with the right institutions, should look at the peril, the problems, the challenges, the inhuman treatment that Nigerians in foreign prisons are facing, especially those that are not in Western world, because the Western world have a better treatment because of they've got more respect for human rights. So we have to make sure that our fellow brothers and sisters are not dehumanized, because it is wrong for them to be abused just because their government do not care. Thank you for listening to this edition of Inside Story. Remember, this African Free Press TV, and you can follow us on our Twitter handle at African Free Press TV. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/AfricanFreePress.com, or like our website, check out our website www.africanfreepress.com. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I'm your host, OC Vince. Bye-bye.